In this week's Talking About Orks, we're going over the sad Blitza Bomber. So, Blitza Bomber is a single model equipped with a big shooter and 2 super shooters. 9 shots. And like the Burner Bomber, it only moves 50 inches instead of 60. Otherwise, it has the same stats of weapon skill 5, ballistic skills 5 to 6, strength 6, toughness 6, 12 wounds, attacks, who cares, leadership 6, and a 4-up save. So it's 9 shots, and then it has 2 boom bombs. Up to twice per battle, this model can drop a boom bomb as it flies over enemy units in your movement phase. After the model is moved, select an enemy unit that is moved over. Roll a d6 for each model in that unit, rolling 3 dice instead if the model is a vehicle or a monster. So, if you're flying over a mon's vehicle, you get 3 dice. But if it's only a 1 vehicle unit, it's still only 3 dice. Up to a maximum of 12 dice. For each roll of 4+, enemy unit suffers 1 mortal wound. So these boom bombs are actually far superior to the burner bombs, especially taking out infantry, because you get 2 more dice for a unit, for a big unit, but you get 3 dice versus a vehicle monster. So if you're targeting a vehicle, which is this thing's primary purpose, on average you get 3 mortal wounds a game from 2 boom bombs on average. I mean, before, in the previous rolls, the boom bombs were actually super powerful against vehicles. They didn't work very often because you had to roll on a table for them, but they were still super effective. These are just horrible. They're better than the boom bombs or the burner bombs, but that's not saying much. And it's only against units that are more than 10 models that it would be better anyway, which isn't very many. It has Daka Daka Daka, airborne, hard to hit, supersonic. Grot Gunner, add 1 to hit rolls for attacks made with this model's big shooter for all 3 shots of it. Crash and burn, and it does D3 mortal wounds within 6 inches. And it comes up to a massive 123 points in its only configuration, and it has no options. And this thing is just absolutely useless. I'm not going to hold anything back. There's absolutely no reason to ever field the Blitza Bomber. This is like a 60-point model. This is like an old buggy. If this, this would be as about effective as an old buggy, except it's a little faster and a little harder to hit. But that's about it. I have nothing to say. This is going to be a really short video. The Blitza Bomber is absolutely horrible. It's about twice the number of points it should be. It does nothing. Goes nowhere, does nothing. And it's not even that cool of a model, because those bombs are kind of cool, but they're only kind of cool. Yeah, that's really all I got to say. I mean, if the Blitza Bomber, again, it's 123. It is the cheapest flyer by quite a bit, but even 123 points, it's just not worth it. I don't know what kind of price premium GW is putting on for flyers, but whatever they put on the Blitza Bomber is way too much. Whereas the Wazbomb and the Daka Jet are fairly priced for what you get out of them, the Blitza Bomber is like twice the number of points compared to what you get out of it. The Blitza Bomber was like a 60-point flyer. That would be awesome, because then you could take your air wing detachment with like 3 of these things, get an extra command point, and go for your recon points in ITC or do whatever. You might get a few mortal wounds in here and there. Who cares? Plink off a couple models here and there. I mean, who cares? I mean, they're just going to be there to be annoying, kind of buzz around, and they would actually be kind of useful at that kind of price point, because then you get like 180 points for an extra command point and some really annoying units that can get in your face and take corners, or I said get recon or whatever, do some very annoying things. Might be worth it, but 123, no, that's too much. But yeah, if they were like 60 or 70 points, I would consider taking a secondary air wing detachment with 3 of them, just to be annoying and maybe get a few mortal wounds in on top of it. And then this is one model I really don't know how to fix, other than just like having the points. I mean, it'd be nice if maybe the bombs weren't limited, or you could drop them both in one turn on 2 different units you fly over. Something to make them so that it's useful. You might actually do some damage, but as it is, it's just horrible. When you look at all 4 flyers like Conglomerate, you've got 2 that are just really amazing, and 2 that are just really bad, and the price difference between them isn't that much as far as points go. And it makes no sense how this one plane at 150 points can be so astronomically better than this other plane at 120 points. I mean, that's not a lot of price difference for the amount of damage potential output. So between the Fly and the Mortal Wounds, I guess they're putting like a 100-point premium on the Blitza Bomber, and I don't know why. Same with the Burn Bomber. I don't know what GW is thinking with their pricing structure at all, points-wise. And because the damage output between a Dakajet and a Blitza Bomber is not 30 points difference. I mean, the Dakajet has so much more damage output, and it's only 30 points more. And so the Blitza Bomber is just never worth taking. So have you run the Blitza Bomber? I would say you probably haven't. How you been doing on the Mortal Wounds? I mean, maybe killing 3 Primaris Marines a turn for 120 points might not be too bad, but I think it is pretty bad. Pretty bad. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts below. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orcs. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orcs videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.